BTS news today. The global entertainment scene is once again rocked by the unexpected recognition of one of the greatest K-pop idols of all time, BTS's Jungkook. In an interview that has just been released and immediately went viral across social media platforms, Jungkook has finally revealed the secret he has been keeping tight. The secret about love. Not just love in a general sense, but such a deep, sincere, and touching love, which has been hidden all this time behind the warm gaze and deadly smile of the golden magne. Over the years, BTS fans, known as ARMY, have always viewed Jungkook as strong yet gentle, full of mystery, but also radiating honesty. He is known as the youngest member of the All-Rounder, a golden voice, stunning dancing abilities, stunning visuals, and almost incomparable stage charisma. But behind all this, the question of who he loves, what his views on love look like, and what he sacrifices for the sake of his feelings has always been a huge puzzle for millions of fans around the world. And now, the riddle has finally been solved. Through a statement that was so honest and emotional, Jungkook decided to speak. Not because he had to, but because he felt his time had come. There was a time in my life when I realized that not everything has to be hidden. Love is something that should be celebrated, not feared, said Jungkook, in a calm but meaningful voice. The interview was conducted exclusively in a very intimate setting, without stage highlights, without thousands of cameras, only warm light and a calm atmosphere behind the HYB rehearsal studio. He sits relaxed, wearing a simple white t-shirt, his hair a little messy, and his eyes imply a depth rarely seen in his daily interactions in public. Jungkook looks like someone who is ready to reveal the deepest side of himself, no longer as a superstar, but as an ordinary human being who once loved, disappointed, missed, and kept hoping. When the interviewer asked about Jungkook's first love, he nodded slowly. It happened long before I was ready for it. When I was too young, too focused on pursuing a dream, but it turns out my heart had already fallen on someone. The sentence instantly created a deep silence. ARMY, who watched the broadcast, then filled social media with a variety of reactions, from moved to surprised. Who is he? Is it someone from the past? A public figure? Or is it someone who has been present in Jungkook's life, but has never been seen? But Jungkook's answer actually takes the story in a more emotional direction. He does not name names, he does not give clear directions. Instead, he describes the feeling like poetry, deep, mysterious, yet beautiful. That love made me understand a lot about myself. It makes me want to be better, but it also scares me. Fear of losing, afraid that I was too late to realize that I loved him with all my heart. Throughout the interview, Jungkook was seen holding back tears several times. He said that one of the reasons why he continues to work hard and dedicated all this time is because of that figure. I want him to be proud. I want when he sees me on the screen or hears my songs, he knows that every note, every lyric, there's a little bit of him there. The speech made millions of ARMY who watched immediately felt touched. Twitter is filled with hashtags such as hashtag Jungkook Love Confession, hashtag Golden Magne in Love, and hashtag ARMY with Jungkook. But that's not all that makes this confession so shocking. Amid his candid statements, Jungkook also admitted that love doesn't always go as expected. He never failed, never rejected indirectly, and never felt disoriented. There was a time when I had to choose between love and career. I don't want to burden him. I don't want her to feel trapped with someone whose life isn't normal, who's surrounded by cameras every day, who can't walk down the street without an escort. Jungkook's struggle in loving secretly then becomes a very human story. He does not speak as a star, but as a young man who experiences love like millions of others. Full of hope, but also full of hurt. He knows my feelings, but we are equally aware. Perhaps time and the world are not yet on our side. But I don't regret loving him. Never, he said, this time with a bitter smile that actually made the whole room feel quieter. In the final part of the interview, Jungkook explained that he no longer wanted to hide his feelings from the world. He knows that the ARMY has become a family for him. People who are always there in joy and sorrow. If I have to keep everything to myself, I'm afraid I'll be ruined. But you're always there. You lift me up every time I fall. And this time, I want to share a part of my heart with you. Hearing this, ARMY from all over the world began to share their own love stories, creating special threads on various social media about unrequited love, sacrifice, and courage. Jungkook, unwittingly, has opened space for millions of people to come to terms with their respective love stories. After the confession was broadcast, the world seemed to pause to process Jungkook's words. On Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok, fans from all over the world began flooding their timelines with heart-rending reactions and tears. Many admitted that they could not hold back tears because they could feel the sincerity in every sentence that came out of Jungkook's mouth. For most of the ARMY, this was not just a confession of love, but a reflection of a human struggle to love in silence, to defend in distance, and to keep wounds in silence. What makes the atmosphere even more emotional is when Jungkook tells that some of his songs, especially those he wrote himself, were born from that love. Some of the songs you guys hear, I actually wrote them while crying, not because of a broken heart, but because of a feeling that cannot be conveyed directly. Sometimes a song can be the only way to express your feelings. He did not name the specific title of the song, but the ARMY immediately began to guess. Some cite Still With You, My Time, even Euphoria as part of the hidden love story. Hashtags such as hashtag Still With You Is For Her and hashtag Jungkook Love Story soon became trending in more than 40 countries, showing just how far Jungkook's recognition had impacted his audience. However, not only fans were touched, other BTS members also started showing their reactions on social media. RM, the leader, wrote in Weverse, "Sometimes love is not about who you have, but who you fight for in silence." While Jimin, who is known to be very close to Jungkook, shared an old photo of them in the rehearsal room with a short caption, "He is always deeper than you think." VAK Taeyong, who is often rumored to be very close to Jungkook, did not give a direct statement, but uploaded a sad instrumental song on his Instagram story as if implying feelings of sympathy and understanding. Suga and Jin also subtly showed their support, with each posting a short message on the theme of love and courage. J-Hope, who is currently in the military, is said to have asked the agency staff to deliver a personal message. "We have all loved, but not all dare to say it. You're amazing, Kook." Meanwhile, music analysts and observers of Korean pop culture began to raise Jungkook's recognition as a cultural phenomenon. In the history of K-pop, it is very rare for a male idol to openly discuss love this deep, especially when he is at the peak of his career. Jungkook not only showed emotional maturity, but also paved the way for many other artists to be more honest with themselves and their fans, said a music critic from Billboard Korea magazine. The rebroadcast of the interview was even aired many times on various platforms, including major TV stations in South Korea and Japan. The reaction of the international media was no less sensational. Time magazine called Jungkook the bravest artist of the year for being able to showcase the human side of a global superstar. CNN covered the topic in a special segment titled "The Heart Behind the Fame." However, amid all the hustle and bustle, one question still continues to resonate among the ARMY. Who is Jungkook's beloved figure? Some suspect he is a childhood friend, someone from non-celebrity circles, or even someone from the entertainment industry circles whose identity is very secret. Others chose not to find out further and only appreciated Jungkook's courage in sharing his feelings. What makes it all the more emotional is the fact that Jungkook doesn't convey this as a form of clarification or sensation. He did not take advantage of this moment for any promotion. On the contrary, he said that this confession was a form of self-healing. "If I continue to keep it to myself, I'm afraid it will be a part of me that is lost. I want to be free. I want to be honest. I want to be happy, not only on stage, but also in my heart."
So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up,